Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. I'm back. It is Monday. I do not like it because it's Monday, because the weekend just doesn't seem long enough ever. 2 days, in my opinion, just is not enough time to rest and recuperate, because in the 2 days that I have off, I probably work just as much as I do on the weekdays. So, yeah, it's really pointless to have a day off. Might as well just work me, 7 days a week, 350 whatever days a year. I forget how many days are in a year at this point, because my brain isn't working that well this morning. But that being said, I'm going to make a video, because, hey, why not? Talk to myself. It happens. But, point of the video is today, I was watching a video from Full Spectrum Survival. It is a YouTube channel that I follow. It is my favorite source of news. It's really the only news service I pay attention to. They have been flagged as misinformation or false information or something like that by actual YouTube, so we'll watch them anyway, because we don't care what YouTube thinks. YouTubers, they're a bunch of snowflakes. They don't like you if you talk about guns, if you do anything that they don't like, blah, blah, blah. They'll ban your account. If you mention Alex Jones, you're a conspiracy theorist, and you're an extremist, probably a terrorist, just because you mentioned his name. And so the point of the video today is, excuse the CB, I forgot to turn it off. I usually shut the CB off before I start talking, because people interrupt me. They're so rude. I mean, how dare they speak while I'm talking on my video here? Phone won't focus. Anyway, I was watching this video. Full Spectrum Survival posted it. It was a few days ago. I believe he posted it on Friday. I will put a link to it in the description here. This is my S Pen for my Note 9. Yeah, it's also a Bluetooth remote. I use it to start and stop videos. It's quite convenient instead of me going like this in your face constantly, but whatever. But anyway, the point of the video was that the FBI had a document leaked, apparently. And in this document, to just give you my version of it, the quick version, is anyone who talks about conspiracies, believes in conspiracies, shares conspiracies, or anything to do with conspiracies is now labeled an extremist, as the FBI has said. They claim that anyone basically that is involved in any kind of conspiracy theories or talking about them, whatnot, is an extremist. This is a blatant violation of your First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, freedom of, you know what your First Amendment is, right? You've read it, probably, maybe, hopefully. Yeah, I have. Anyway, it's a blatant violation of your First Amendment rights to be labeled an extremist because you believe something. I mean, really, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of choice, you don't have any freedoms anymore. So being that the FBI has labeled anybody talking about conspiracies as an extremist, I have decided today that I'm going to give you a couple of my favorite conspiracies that I actually consider to be probable. And we're going to start with GMOs today. GMOs. That's one conspiracy. I don't know if it's actually a conspiracy anymore, because it's been several years since I bothered to pay attention to what the mainstream people think about it. But GMOs obviously cause cancer. And I say obviously because it's been proven by science, even though anybody who says so is a conspiracy theorist, and it's not true according to all the snowflakes. So the snowflakes believe that I am now an extremist because I said that GMOs cause cancer, or the FBI believes I'm an extremist because I said that. And I intend to post this video, because why not? Being an extremist is fun. It's kind of boring to be, just some normal person who goes to work every day, 12 to 14 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then goes home to his family every day, eats dinner, goes to sleep, gets back up and goes to work again. So, I said something about a conspiracy. So instead of being a middle-class working man, I am now an extremist. So that's fun. One of my other conspiracies I like is, let's give you a traffic conspiracy. It's one about those roundabouts, or traffic circles, as my GPS calls them. I think it's Google that calls them traffic circles. When you're coming to a four-way intersection and you have this big barrier in the middle and you have to go around counterclockwise, and yeah, you have to turn right at whichever one of these turns you're trying to make. So if you wanted to turn left here, you have to go all the way around to go left. It makes no sense. The conspiracy with these is that it's being set up by FEMA or Homeland Security to basically herd people. If you are, and you'll notice that a lot of these little traffic circles are outside of small towns, so they're basically going to be used as checkpoints in the event of martial law, that you will not be able to enter or exit a small town without passing through this checkpoint and basically showing them your real ID. Okay, so that brings me to conspiracy number 3, real IDs. Real IDs are apparently your driver's license. and I have one. Indiana actually has real IDs. I have one. Your driver's license has a computer chip in it. I'm not showing you my driver's license. It has too much information you don't need to know. But it has a computer chip in it, and I can attest to this because I have one. It's in my pocket. I keep it in an RFID blocking wallet because I am apparently an extremist. So, the real ID conspiracy is that they're going to set up checkpoints at every state border at some point during martial law or any kind of SHTF situation, scenario, whatever. They're going to set up all these checkpoints. You're not going to be able to pass from state to state without a real ID. You're not going to be able to, get a passport, go out of the country without a real ID. You're not going to be able to drive without a real ID. If you get caught, if you've ever seen the movies where, it's like Nazi Germany back in the World War II era, where people have to present their papers. If you don't show them your papers, apparently you're going to go be put in front of the firing squad or whatever the movies show you. It's similar to that. You will have to show them your identification or proof that you are a citizen of the United States to cross from state to state, to cross from town to town, all that kind of stuff. So that would be conspiracy number 3. Now, I wonder what my level is now as an extremist. I wonder if you have like different tiers. Like one conspiracy theory, you're like level 1, you're at the low level, you're kind of like maybe they'll pay attention to you if you do it again. So then you do 2 conspiracies and suddenly they're paying a little more attention to you. You're like level 2 now. 3 or 4 conspiracies, you're level, somewhere around 5, and then they're like bugging your phones and watching your house. So, conspiracy number 4, let's bring it up, bugging your phones. So, the next conspiracy is cell phones, and I'll tell you what my beliefs are on all of these conspiracies from 1 to wherever I stop at. So, the next one, I think I'm on number 4. Your cell phones are always watching you, tracking you. Your camera can see you, hear you. Your phone is recording you. This also coincides with the Amazon Alexa. And if you've ever seen the videos of people asking it if it works for the government or works for the NSA or whatever, it always just shuts up and doesn't say anything. It doesn't confirm nor deny. So, you can't say it's lying. But have you ever read the terms of service to any of these Samsung devices, Samsung phones, Samsung TVs, smart remotes? I believe you can find it in Apple devices also. I prefer Samsung just because. But basically the terms of service, and if you've ever read it, it's really in there, that they can listen and record you at any time without your knowledge, whether you want them to or not. It's in their terms of service. It's there. So I don't think that's really a conspiracy. That's just fact. Your phone is watching and listening to everything you do. It's tracking every movement you have. If you allow it, if you go with default settings on any Samsung phone, it has tracked everywhere you've been. You can pull up the history of every place you've been. I had a Samsung phone when I first started truck driving, and I had it allowed to do that, and it recorded 40 some odd states before I shut it off because I was tired of people figuring out where I was. So those are just basic conspiracies. And why people will label me as an extremist now, because, well, I don't care. You can label me whatever you want. I'm not going to pay attention to you anyway. So, and that includes the government. I don't really pay attention to them anyway, because they're just going to do whatever they're going to do. And unless people bond together to stop them, they're just going to keep doing it. And people are not allowed to be together anymore. I guess we'll go with conspiracy number 5, and that's the dumbing down of the United States. With the GMO crops and the drug problems with pharmaceuticals being prescription or non-prescription, heroin, meth, whatever, all this stuff is designed to make the population more docile and dumber. That is, I guess, conspiracy number 5, that you are being forced to be dumb. I could go with conspiracy number 6, but this kind of goes along with number 5, is chemtrails. Like, a chemtrail is when you see an airplane or a jet flying over you and it has that white cloud trailing behind it. Apparently the conspiracy is that those chemtrails, and this is probable. I will give you probable on this one. It could be done easily. Why wouldn't they? They're dumping chemicals out of these planes as they're flying over you, and the chemicals are designed to make you more docile, to not use your brain as much, and to be dumb, stupid, and slow. So, if you've ever walked into a Walmart, you could probably agree that some of these are probably, plausible, especially that last one. But let's not talk bad about Walmart people, right? I've been to Walmart a couple times. When I started this video, I was thinking that this hat used to be just as black as this shirt. I should probably wash it. Yeah. And I don't work for Ryder. That's where I got the hat. I did work for Ryder. I don't anymore. So conspiracy number 6 or 7, where am I at? Is whether I worked for Ryder or not. No, I don't. So, I guess that's enough conspiracies for me today. I told you where I stand on most of these, and I think most of them are probably true. That is my extremist opinion, that number one is most certainly true. GMOs cause cancer, and they make you dumber. I don't even remember all these conspiracies. The traffic circles, that's questionable. I think it's probable. I wouldn't say it's absolutely true, but from a strategic point of view, if you look at it from a tactical standpoint, yeah, that's what they could be used for, and it wouldn't be hard to set them up. They're already there. So most of my conspiracies, I believe, are probably true. So those are the ones I listed. So FBI now labels me as an extremist. Well, as soon as the video uploads, although they probably already do because I am, you know, whatever. I like to take things to the extreme, don't you? I like to take, you know, my coffee to the extreme. I fill this thing up, 32 ounces every day of coffee. And to the extreme is I boil the water before I put it in my coffee because I want it to be extremely hot so it stays hot all day. Now, I made this coffee at 5 a.m. this morning. It is currently, what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. My clock ain't working. It's like 10 a.m. The coffee will be hot until like noon. So if you ever wanted a coffee cup, my wife got this from Casey's General Store. It works really well. I don't know. I guess that's a conspiracy too. Coffee makes your heart rate go up, I can tell you that much. It's good before a workout. It's probably why I'm bouncing my knee and talking so fast, because I drank too much coffee. But yeah, I'm an extremist. You're an extremist because you watched this video. Congratulations. I was happy to help you with that. I hope it works out for you very well. I dropped my pen on the floor, so here I am on the floor getting it. That's about all I have for the video today, extremists and conspiracies. I thought it was entertaining. One day I'm going to make a video. It's just going to be like a clickbait video. I'm going to put some extreme title on it, and I'm going to say 2 words and shut it off. Like, the secrets to life are, you're going to turn on the video. I'm going to do the whole opening, welcome to Grim Survival, blah, blah, blah. The secret to life is breathing. You have to keep breathing to keep living. That's the secret. Congratulations. Now you know. And then I'm going to end the video kind of like this.